Welcome back to the pairs short program. Now on the ice, Shen Shui and Zhao Hongbo, the top Chinese team. Did you remember they were third in Salt Lake City? It was supposed to be a shining moment for Chinese figure skating. Shen Shui and Zhao Hongbo became the first Chinese pairs team ever to medal in the Olympic Games. But they soon were an afterthought, overshadowed by controversy. Their Olympic success was reinforced as they went on to win the next 2 World Championships, solidifying China as a powerhouse and fulfilling a dream 2 decades in the making. Dreams of Olympic gold turned into nightmare when 6 months ago at practice, Zhao ruptured his Achilles while attempting a triple toe loop. All of a sudden, everything was in doubt. Recovering in time would prove daunting as he was racing against the clock and risking further injury. At 33 years old, this was his final shot. 6 months ago, Shen and Zhao's success here in Torino would have been judged by the color of their medal. Now it is judged by the fortitude of their character. Practice has become more than a walkthrough. It has become a proving ground to see if Zhao's left leg can hold up under the increased pressure. Pressure to make their last chance at the Olympic Games count. And so they feel a lot of pressure as they come up to this pairs short program. Will the leg hold up? That's the big question. Tom Hammond, joined by Sandra Bezic, my normal partner. Surrounded by Olympians, by the way, Sandra, and of course the 2-time gold medalist Dick Button, the legendary skating commentator. And
thank you for that.
Dick, what can Zhao do to overcome that Achilles injury?
You know, this is one of those classic moments of Olympic challenge, of Olympic heart. On the one hand, he has to sum up one of the great performances of his career. On the other hand, he also has to be aware of overdoing it and of self-protection. If he has to decrease a year's recovery into 6 months, 2 wonderful forces fighting against each other, I think it's going to be amazing to watch how it works out.
What I've really been taken by this week, though, is the fact that they've been training in a vacuum these last 2 months, and he's only been jumping for a couple of weeks, and yet here at the Olympics, they are simply happy. They have a sense of joy about them.
Well, Shen and Zhao are an emotional, even inspirational story, but the favorites, as usual in pairs, are Russian. And they have a story of their own. Topmianina and Marinin will be skating much later tonight, and we'll tell you their story then. But up and coming up, we'll see Shen and Zhao and see if his injured Achilles can hold up. Welcome back to Pairs Short Program with Shen Shui and Zhao Hongbo of China to skate next. That's their coach Yao Bin, who wanted so desperately to coach a gold medal winner after finishing last as a member of China's first pairs team in Sarajevo. And these might have been the favorites until Zhao tore his left Achilles tendon in August of last year. He's been rehabilitating at a fervent pace. This will be their first competition of the year. He didn't land his first triple jump until January 28th. That's the Chinese New Year. Maybe that's a good omen.
Their coach has said that as partners, you live together and die together. They have been through so much these last 6 months. He's only been skating for 2 and jumping for only 2 weeks. This is it, the side-by-side triple toe loops. She made the mistake. That is so common in pair skating, where your concern is so much for your partner that you don't think about what you have to do. They need this throw triple loop. The footwork is somewhat sticky, and you can hear the scratchiness. You know, in a way, I think that it was almost like a romantic notion that they would be able to pull themselves to Olympic level in such a short time.
But I can only admire his courage.
Ah, beautiful double twist.
A back entrance to a camel spin, harder and more difficult than a forward entrance to it, which we see with much greater frequency.
And thus more points in the new system.
One of the things we've been seeing so much of is a death spiral, but look at the entrance there, the running part of it, and the good position.
He's actually had a little trouble with that position. That will hurt.
But the entrance to it, I always admire that she doesn't look as though she's trying to sit down during it. And I'm sorry that they had the little problem at the end of it. I wonder how much that will affect them.
It did seem like a little problem, but actually in the new system, it's a huge problem because he needed to do a full rotation on his back pivot, and he didn't. And there will be reductions in the marks for that.
But almost unheard of for a skater to come back from a torn Achilles. And wouldn't you know it, so worried about him and would his Achilles hold up that she loses her concentration.
In a sense, this is still a victory for them, and it is written across their faces because they managed to still get out there and compete. Here's the side-by-side triple toe. He's completely fine. She's touched down, probably watching him. And Yao Bin.
It has to be a bittersweet moment. He wanted it so badly. Zhao made it through, and Shen touched the ice.
They had problems in several of their moves, and then several were very strong. This split twist, really a lovely trick. Good height, watch her arms. He catches her around the waist. She doesn't touch him. Nice and clean.
Well, you know, no matter what the scores are going to show, as you said, Sandra, they're winners. An amazing feat to come back from an injury that serious. And to skate in the Olympics for your first competition of the year. Here are the marks.
Their technical score is 30.86.
Technical 30.86. Program components 31.46. A total of 62.32 puts them in second place behind their Chinese teammates Pang and Tong. Already some great moments in this Olympic pairs short program, and we'll have more coverage coming up a little later on.